The Grand Ledger Ledgerdemain, a tale of two signatures. Well now, gather round, for I have stumbled upon a curious truth that would make a Mississippi riverboat gambler blush. It appears the financial wizards of our age have pulled a fast one on the common folk. You see, they've got everyone convinced that they must pay their debts, when the law books, those dusty volumes of Black's Law Dictionary, whisper a very different story. They say payment is just a fancy way of saying discharge. If a debt collector asks you to pay, he is, by his own definitions, asking you to liberate, unburden, and annul the whole affair. Isn't that a peach? You see, back in 1933, during a little shindig called House Joint Resolution 192, the government went and suspended the gold standard. Since you can't pay in real gold anymore, true payment became as impossible as finding a politician who won't shake your hand. Now, we only have Federal Reserve notes, which 12 U.S.C. 411 tells us are just obligations, mere evidence of debt, not lawful money. When you hand over $1, you aren't paying a lick, you're just swapping one piece of debt for another. It's like trying to wash a muddy dog with more mud. The banks, those clever rascals, have a secret garden of forms like the 1099-C. When they charge off a debt after 180 days, they've already gotten their tax write-off and moved on. Yet, they'll sell your information to a debt collector for pennies on the $1,000. These collectors don't own the contract, they just bought the right to bark at you. If you demand they show a signed contract or proof of lawful consideration under UCC 3305, they often fold faster than a cheap card table. They want your labor and your time because, to them, your sweat is the only real currency left in this world. To walk the operator's path, one must stop acting like a humble debtor and start acting like a creditor. You've got to reserve your rights under UCC 1308 and send out those debt validation letters. If they don't respond, you document their dishonor and establish an estoppel. It's all there in 15 U.S.C. 1692G and UCC 9210. The system doesn't teach you this in school because they'd rather you be an obedient wage earner than a master of commercial law. Remember, your signature is the ink that creates the credit in the first place. You are the engine of the whole machine, and it's high time you learned how to steer it. Please subscribe and like, it helps us create more content, thanks. Character count, 2,438 characters.